What's going on there, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I just want to talk about something that I've been kind of thinking about over these last couple of days, and that is Star Wars: The Old Republic. So, for a lot of people, you might know that I have been a big Star Wars: The Old Republic fan. I started playing back during the first expansion, Rise of the Hutt Cartel, and I have put a ton of time into the game, and I stepped away because of a certain situation that I'm going to talk about, and then I'm just going to kind of talk about my current thoughts on the game and decide what might be happening and what's kind of going through my head. So for those who don't know, I played a ton of Star Wars: The Old Republic. That was one of the first games I actually started recording as a YouTuber back when I was like 14. That channel has been deleted, thank goodness, because it was not good content. And I always kind of played it on and off, streamed it here and there. I've streamed some speedruns of the game and spent a lot of time doing some questing. And for a while, I had this dream of a guild chain that I say chain because it was going to span across Star Wars: The Old Republic as well as LOTRO, and it was going to be the Fellowship of the Stars, just kind of combining Fellowship of the Ring as well as Stars for Star Wars was where the initial idea came from. And I wanted to basically create this beautiful, welcoming community across the two games where we could run content together, run flashpoints, run raids, operations, and just overall build a very welcoming community across both games. And things were actually going pretty decent on the SWTOR side. I hadn't started playing Lotro at this time, but I knew I wanted to start playing the game, and things were going pretty well on the SWTOR side. We had amassed about 40 people in the guild, and then all of a sudden, a coup essentially was formed. And now I'm not going to out who was part of the coup or what all was going on with that, because again, I'm not wanting to create drama. I'm not wanting to talk about the drama, but essentially I had gotten sick and wasn't able to start the guild invasion, and the people in the guild basically were not happy that I didn't start the guild invasion right away. Felt like we were going to be falling behind, and so because of that, they had decided that they were just going to leave and join another guild that was going to be bigger, was going to be more serious about raiding, more serious about running content, things like that. And that was really, really frustrating to me. I understood that I was a smaller guild. I understood that it was a small that we weren't going to be able to compete with the top guilds, and that wasn't the intention. And so I just wanted to create a space for people to be able to run content together. I wasn't even going to be having a purging rule, because some guilds do have like a, if you're inactive for a certain amount of time, you will end up getting purged from the guild, and I wasn't going to have that. I just wanted to create a space for people to be able to come out and play whatever they wanted to, whether it was SWTOR or LOTRO. I wanted to be able to create a space for people in those two games, and having people essentially decide that me getting sick was a problem did not sit well with me. And this is my first kind of real experience with getting involved in an MMO communities and being involved in something outside of just me playing by myself, because while I had been involved in MMOs and had been playing SWTOR for a long time, I had always been a solo player. Not for any particular reason other than just I never really got into a guild, was never really something I was interested in. I was very anxious about being the guy who was just going to be there and screw things up, and I never really had the money to be able to subscribe until recently. And so it was really difficult for me to be able to commit to being a locked in MMO player. But now, with the way that life had gone, it was just kind of turning into a thing that MMOs were just kind of becoming the thing that was going to be the natural progression for me. And I was excited to see what was going to happen, and kind of seeing this guild thing happen made me think, if this is what it's going to be like being a GM, I don't want to be, I don't want to do this. I completely disbanded the Fellowship of the Stars. I'd given up on that entire dream and was pretty heartbroken for a while. I didn't even stream the game for a little bit. And in fact, every time I started logging into the game as I was pursuing Galactic Seasons and things like that, it just felt icky playing SWTOR again, and it felt not fun. It was just not a great experience to be hopping on to the game and feeling just constantly being reminded of people who went behind my back and had decided that I wasn't a good enough GM because I didn't click one button because I couldn't even get up out of bed. And it just made me feel so icky that I just had to say, I'm done and put the game down. Um, and I stopped playing. I canceled my sub. I still kept the game installed. I've kept the game installed because I do genuinely love the game. It is one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely love SWTOR. And so I knew that at some point I probably was going to be back. I didn't know what was going to be that. I didn't know what was going to be that thing that was going to bring me back into the game. But I knew that there was going to be something that was going to bring me back. Just didn't know what quite it was going to be. And so I had stepped away, and at this time, this is when I started playing Lotro. And the switch over to Lotro came pretty naturally. It was a nice change of pace, as I know a lot of you guys have seen with the amount of Lotro content that has been coming out recently and has been just being a thing that I've really enjoyed doing. And I've met a ton of awesome people. And I've made a lot of really great friends through Lotro. And I want to continue to keep playing Lotro. I'm not saying that I'm quitting Lotro when this video at all. Because that's just not going to happen. Lotro has become my favorite game of all time. And I don't think that there's going to be any way that I'm going to be changing that. The main point of this video, though, is that through the friends that I've met with Lotro, it has then transitioned into now these same people also play SWTOR. And so now I've been getting back into SWTOR to play the game. And I've primarily been doing it off stream, and it's been a very casual thing. But good golly, have I missed playing SWTOR. Was it one of those things where getting back into it, running dynamic encounters, doing flashpoints, even just leveling and just the swift progression through the game has just felt so fun. And it gives kind of a nice breath of fresh air from Lotro that I've been getting that kind of itch to start streaming the game again. And especially with Twitch drops and things like that, it's been something where I'm like, okay, if I start streaming this, could this be a buff to numbers? Could this be something that I do actually enjoy making content for? And could this be beneficial for the channel? And it's something that I'm very torn on exactly what I want to do with it, because I don't want to stream it and turn SWTOR into another part of my job. But also, I feel as though MMOs and just that style of game is feeling a lot more comfortable for me as sort of making that part of my quote unquote job for gaming. And I want to be able to just kind of get back into playing other games to just enjoy playing games again. Like, for instance, with the Lego Batman stuff that I've been doing on stream recently, it's been fun, but I've now kind of like lost the desire to sit down and finish the game for a video. And it just feels more like a chore to sit down and play Lego Batman, even though I do enjoy the game. It just feels a lot more like a chore than actually enjoying it. And I don't want games to be something that I do that feels like a chore. And so I'm feeling really torn on exactly what kind of route I want to take with this. And also, I am a little bit nervous about getting back into SWTOR because I know that if I start streaming the game again, I could very quickly get back into operations, raiding, because it's very fast progression to get back into raiding and get into running some bigger content. And while that's something I do want to do, I am nervous because it was a bad experience both there and way back even when I was younger. I had another bad experience with a guild that I was in when I was in a massive guild, and it makes me nervous to be a part of massive guilds and MMOs anymore. And so I just think that it's why I've felt so comfortable being a solo player for so long, and why when I have done group content, I haven't been like doing things where I've wanted to run skirmishes with viewers or things like that, because I haven't wanted to open myself up to those kinds of situations. But I do genuinely want to build a community around a healthy MMO community, one that wants to get together and do content and do things like that, do raids, flashpoints, dungeons, whatever that looks like. Even if it's just leveling, if people want to get a group together and level together, great. I want to open up that floor for people to be able to do that. But I don't want to deny the nervousness. And so the main point of this video, I guess, as I kind of start thinking about ending it off here, is I want to get you guys' thoughts. Okay, there are a lot of things that I do that I genuinely do enjoy talking to you guys about and dialoguing back and forth, bringing out these discussions. And I do want to know your guys' thoughts. Is SWTOR something you would want to see on stream? And Variety Mondays, rather than have it be two days of variety games, 2 days of LOTRO, would be like basically, if I'm doing something by myself, be 2 days of SWTOR, 2 days of LOTRO, maybe some Kingdom Hearts stuff mixed in there, because I do genuinely enjoy making Kingdom Hearts content as well, and that's something I want to keep going with. But I don't exactly know kind of where that all will fit in. So I just kind of want to open this up. If you guys want to see SWTOR content, like, is that something you guys would be interested in? I know a lot of the audience that has been coming recently over from new stuff has been coming over because of LOTRO. And so I want to open it up to people. Is SWTOR something you would want to see? Is SWTOR something you would not really be interested in? Because that's going to really kind of determine if I do continue on with being involved with streaming the game, if that's something that I do, or if we just decide no and we'll just keep hanging out on Aubrey and Task's streams of it on Mondays, and then we just kind of I'll just play it when I want to play it, and then we won't worry about also making content a part of it. So let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Is this something you would want to see? Is this something you don't want to see? I genuinely do want a dialogue. I don't want to just like make all of my decisions based on you guys, but I do also want to give you guys an ear, because you guys are a voice, because you guys are the ones who genuinely do help to keep things going here on this channel. So I want to give you guys that option. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all my supporters on Ko-Fi. I'm not going to put the big thing up because I'm going to do very minimal editing. I'm basically just going to put some SWTOR gameplay up just to make this a little bit easier for people to watch. But for the most part, this is just going to be a pretty simple video for you guys, just mainly wanting to get your guys' thoughts. Thank you guys again for watching. You are loved. You are valued. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. We'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day, everybody.